everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for October 13th. Hoping that I can catch a lot of you live with me here, as I have so many awesome things that I want to share with you. Making sure that my microphone is here, that all of you can find me, can see me. And before we go ahead here and get started. So, there we go. Hi, Patty. Hello, hello. So you're seeing my hair nice and wild and crazy tonight. It actually might still be wet in the middle of my hair because I washed it and threw it up. So anyway, but I'm live with you guys. You got me anyway, just the way I am. So anyway, happy to be live with you all. I got lots of fun things to share with you tonight. I've got some, thank you, Natalie. I've got some Gnome cards to share with you, some Gnome 3D projects, including a framed art that I created, a scrapbook that I created, a 3D project that I created. I have a ton of things to share with you tonight. I've been working behind the scenes on some of my Gnome things for quite a while, so I am excited to be able to finally share them all with you. And a lot of these are going to be classes that will be going live over the course of the next few couple weeks here. So you'll be seeing a lot of this coming out for all of you to be able to register for as well. So really excited about that. So hi to a few of you as you're coming in. Hello to Shireen and Shelby, Luann, Gail. Again, you guys are getting me literally, I got a shower, washed my hair, it's still wet. So I apologize. I didn't run out of time to get ready full-heartedly for you guys, so you get me the way I am tonight. Anyway, but I have lots to share with you. Also, Mary Ann, I did email you about that gingerbread class if it's something you're still interested in. I'm hoping that you got the email. I know sometimes my emails go to junk folders, so make sure you give it a look at that and make sure that you did receive it. And I got Judy here, so anyway, welcome everyone and welcome to our Thursday Facebook Live. So a few announcements. This week is my fundraiser that we are doing for my daughter Claire. For her trip with our Blue Lake International group here in Michigan to go to, thank you. It's literally, this is how curly my hair is, you guys. I see Mary Ann's comment. But yeah, this is how curly my hair is when I don't do much with it and I just kind of let it go. If I was to take it down, it's quite long and it actually just kind of curls on me by letting it dry by itself. So anyway. This weekend is that event. Natalie's up there baking like crazy, and well, Claire is too. She just finished her cello lesson actually, and then they're going to be going to the store to get a few more groceries to make a few more things. And so anyway, some of you have asked if you're local to the area but you weren't able to attend the event, if you wanted to still come and shop the bake sale. Absolutely, I can tell you a few things we're making. They're making banana bread, banana muffins, some pumpkin cookies. And again, some of my awesome customers and friends have offered to donate and bake as well. Apple streusel muffins, peanut butter sheet cake, no-bake cookies, monkey bread. I mean, we are making a ton of stuff. So tonight and tomorrow, my kitchen is going to be smelling phenomenal. Can't wait. So anyway, but that event for Claire is at the St. Henry Center in Rosebush. It's a crafting day. I've got a good number of people attending, and then we're doing this awesome bake sale for her to be able to pay for her way to get there. So once she's in France and Germany, she'll be staying with host families. I think I mentioned that, but she's working on raising the funds to actually get there on her airfare, and then the buses to go from the different towns, and then the transportation from the one country to the other. So anyway, I'm excited that she's working hard to get there, and it's been fun to see my girls work together on it as well, and her friends making stuff for her. So it's just been awesome. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to try to keep my announcements to a minimum because I've got stuff to share with you, like tons of stuff. Okay, so you guys know the routine. If you share my video, you get entered into the drawing to receive products. And last week I mentioned I had the faux sea glass shapes and some of this awesome ribbon. This is the balmy blue ribbon, and it actually kind of goes with the gnome suite you're going to be seeing tonight. And so the winner of our faux sea glass shapes is Pat Stewart. So congratulations to Pat. I know Pat might not be live right now. Pat usually watches on the replay. So Pat, congratulations. And then the winner of the The ribbon, the balmy blue ribbon, is Angela Collins Jensen. And Angela, I think you might be new to my Facebook Lives, or this might be your first time winning. So if you can send me a private message and give me your address, I'll get your ribbon in the mail to you. So congratulations, ladies. Woohoo! Oh, Karen, I know. I can't wait to see you this weekend, too. Karen's coming to the event. So we're actually going to be hopefully getting all that fine-tuned and ready to go tomorrow. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay, so up for grabs this week, I picked 2 bolts of ribbon that I think are just 2 of my favorites, and they go together really nice. But one is the polished pink sheer ribbon, and then the other one is the beautiful gold sheer ribbon. So those are the 2 prizes that we are going to draw for next week, and 2 of you lucky winners will receive that. Other things I have in the way of announcements. So yeah, you guys just missed the end of Claire's cello lesson, because she gets a lesson every Thursday. And so if he ever runs late, I'm just going to warn you guys, you may hear a little bit of it. But she's doing phenomenal with it. Even he said she's a hard worker and is persistent and doesn't give up. And so it was nice to hear him say that after the investment of time and resources and everything else that that's gone behind the whole her and her cello playing experience. But it's been awesome to see her work so hard for something. Open classes that I currently have. So a few weeks ago we did the gingerbread class, or I did the gingerbread cards, the cards that Claire and I worked on together. And we have, that class is still open. And so I do have limited kits available though. So if you were interested in the gingerbread class, let me know and we can get that ready for you. My Christmas Barns class, I actually decided to do a round 2 on that. I had enough of you interested. So if you did not get in on the first round of my Christmas Barn classes, we again have limited kits. When they sell out, we are not going to be cutting any more though, because we have to kind of move on to more classes like gnomes and everything else I got planned. But we do have some additional barn classes out there, or kits available if you're interested in the Christmas Barns. The gnome class, one of the gnome cards you're going to be seeing tonight is a class that I have open right now. Now I don't have the scrapbook, which when you see it, you're going to go, oh, that will be opening up for registration here soon. But the gnome card class is available right now. I also have a lovely linen card class. Lovely Linen's a bundle from the annual catalog that I did cards with for this month. I always try to do at least 1 card class a month that is not themed for the holidays or for Christmas, for fall, for Halloween during this time of the year. So I always have one that's available kind of as an all occasion card class. Soft Seedlings is available. Hello Harvest. Lots of them out there. Just make sure you check my Facebook page. If you're not on my email list yet, make sure you join my email list. kimsbasementbunch.com. Click on join the email list and you can sign up to be able to get all that information delivered right to your inbox. Okay? And then the other announcement I have is that there is a join promotion going on right now. And so when I hate to call it a join promotion, but if you love Stampin' Up! Product and you have a long list, I would definitely suggest that you consider taking advantage of this awesome deal. So for $99 plus tax, free shipping, you get $155 of Stampin' Up! Product. That is like $60 almost in free product. You also get a free paper pumpkin, and there's no commitment for you to purchase anything additional. It is a steal of a deal, and I really hope that some of you take advantage of it. I would be more than happy to help you do the kit purchase. They call it the kit, but you just pick out a list of $155 of product without going over. Get it as close as you can. And then I'd be more than happy to help you walk you through that. And actually, we could do it over the phone or anything like that to be able to help you get that kit purchased and get your product. It's $60 for free, right? So anyway, that only goes to the end of October though, so you only have a couple weeks left. And then there's a new birthday kit out that it'll be going out in my email on Friday, but I need to at least tell you guys about this email this new kit. It's pretty awesome. It's got a notebook with all of the months, so January through December, and then it's got dates where you can write people's birthday. It's not dated, so you can use it over and over and over again, but each month has a folder for you to put birthday cards in, so you can organize your entire birthday card giving for your family, your friends, whatever, right in this little notebook and put cards right in there as you make them. And it helps to remember when their birthdays are, when to get them out. I actually just bought 6 of these kits for myself because I'm gonna make one for myself, and I'm gonna give them as gifts to some of my friends this Christmas. But it's a really awesome kit, and I don't talk about our kits a whole lot. But that one I will be showcasing on a Facebook Live. It might even just be a separate Facebook Live all in itself to kind of showcase it. But I'm really excited about it, and the quality of that book is really awesome as well. And so with that, I think that's all I have in the way of announcements. It's been a crazy busy week as we're getting ready for the event this weekend. If any of you are local to the Mount Pleasant area and you still don't, if something changed and you have availability, we still have a few openings for that. It's an 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Crafting a crop day. You bring your own projects to work on. I do have optional classes there as well. But we feed you well. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's just fun. And all the proceeds of this is going to help my daughter Claire with her trip to Europe. Okay, so with that, I'm ready to get started because I have tons to share with you, and then I got to start packing to get ready for my event on Saturday. But I'm really excited to share with you all of the fun things that I've created with this awesome Storybook Gnome bundle. And so with that, without further ado, I'm going to transition my camera down and let's have some fun creating together. Okay. You're going to all see a sneak peek of some projects. Okay, so there's your little sneak peek. And this time I have to unplug the speaker, and I was bad and did not plug in my phone. So I need to make sure I plug in my phone so that I don't go dead on you guys, because that would not be good. All right, moving my computer around. All right, are you guys ready to see all of this awesome stuff? Like, it's so cool. Okay, so yeah, and Janet, you're going to be getting these cards when you come to that class. You're going to be making some of these cards. All right, so with that, I'm going to move up. You guys see my little 3D project? Woohoo! Okay, I'm moving all of that out of the way for right now. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the product suite itself. Now, if you're interested in putting in any kind of an online order, this is my host code and my website, and you can put in a minimum $30 order. You'll receive 3 of the cards that I'm featuring tonight, they'll be done completed cards. So all you have to do is get them in the mail to whomever you might want to mail them to. And then this is the host code for you to use. Now, this host code is also on my website. So if you'd rather just mark kimsbasementbunch.com, right there, there's a spot where it says shop here. Use this host code. It's the same host code that's posted on my website. Okay. All right. Now, before I start with the cards, I want to share with you a really cute little 3D project that I am making for my husband for his Christmas project. So most of you know my husband's an electrician and he owns his own business. And a few years back, we used to always give out, he used to do Christmas cards. And then he would always kind of like mess around with getting me the addresses and not get me addresses on time or things like that. And so last year was the first year that we decided to do some kind of a little 3D project. Last year we did the little Hershey Nuggets in a row. I'm sure you are familiar with those where you wrap the paper around the Hershey Nuggets. I know that I've showcased those before, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this. And then I promise you I'll show you the product in the suite as well. But this is some of the designer series paper in the Storybook Gnome suite. And this is one of the stamped images. So true story, my husband wears a navy blue shirt, and then he wears jeans every single day for his business. And it says Matt Vogel Electric on his shirt in white lettering. So my daughter colored all of these gnomes. We've made about 70 of these, and she's colored all of those gnomes. I used layering circles to do the little circles. We kept it really simple because we know that when he hands these out, so instead of mailing these, he just hands them out through the months of November and December to anyone that he works with or anybody he talks to about his business or whatever. He hands them this little gift. And then on the back, I'm going to make little stickers that just says, thank you for supporting my small business. business, Matt Vogel Electric, and whatever. So that's what we're going to be doing. But I wanted to share with you how easy it is to make this little envelope folder for this candy bar, because you could do this with so many different candy bars, and it's a neat little way to give somebody something without just saying, here, have a candy bar, right? Okay, so here's my template, and I'm just going to share my template with you and show you how easy it is to make this. So you're going to cut your designer series piece of paper or your cardstock. I will tell you that the designer series paper, it went a little bit easier than the cardstock, but you're going to cut it 6 by 7.5, and then you're going to score it. Yes, my handwriting is horrible here, but I scored it at 2.5. So what I did is I actually measured the candy bar when I kind of was making this to make sure that it would fit inside the center of this, okay? And what you're going to do then is you're going to score it at 2.5 on each side. So I just literally put it in one, did 2.5, put it in the other, did 2.5. It was easier for me to do it that way. And then, so you're going to have then your two score lines here. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take on each side or each top, and you're going to fold it down to this score line. Can you see how it's folded down to that score line? That's all you're going to do. And then what I did is I folded one over like this and the other one over like that. And literally I added some tear and tape right along the edge here, just a little strip of tear and tape. And you have this cute little pocket. I mean, literally cute little pocket. And then I just decorated the top, so you can see right here's where I taped mine together. And you have this cute little pocket then to hold the candy bar. And then I just did the little gnome on it. We are still going to put, we're still going to put on it. This is the one thing I didn't do with my sample. We're going to stamp warm wishes on it on a little piece of white cardstock, and then just put warm wishes down here. We thought that might be a kind of a neat little thing to do as well. And then these are just going to go back. We bought, I think, 76 candy bars. So these will just go back in the boxes, and they won't melt in my husband's truck because it's going to be winter time. And he hands these out throughout the months. And he may even give them out into January as well until he runs out. And I'm actually thinking about doing this for my son for his business as well, because they're so simple, so easy. I might not do gnomes for him, but how awesome to just do a little something for a customer appreciation. And you can do that for so many different people at your church, people at the bank, post office. So anyway, I had to share my little 3D project with you and hope that you consider making them. Again, so simple. I'm also going to post this onto my blog, so you all have the measurements of how to make this cute and simple little paper fold holder. But there's the measurements as well. I'll also have it in the description of my video so that you'll be able to make them. But isn't that cute? So cute. And you could get very fancy with this if you really wanted to. You know, you could easily do ribbon around it, but because, you know, he's a guy, I wanted to keep it really simple. And if you have candy bars that are wider, all you got to do is measure the inside and fold accordingly. And your paper may have to be bigger, but it doesn't take too long to figure that out. So anyway, I hope that you guys like that. Also cute for craft shows and things like that, but a great little way to give a candy bar. And we kept it really simple and just did regular Hershey's, so we're not worrying about nut allergies or anything like that. All right, so that's the first project that I wanted to share with you. I know, isn't that one cute and simple? Okay. While we're doing 3D projects, before I get into the cards, I'm going to show you another one. Now, any of you that are going to my team retreat, I do a team retreat. So any team members, you're getting a sneak peek at one of the projects you're going to be making. However, it's adorable, so I have to show it. But I do a retreat with my team every year in the end of October. And this is one of the projects that they're going to be making. So it is this adorable little framed art. Now there is nothing stamped. I hope you guys can see okay with that glare. Maybe I'll hold it up like this and see if that's any better. But there is absolutely no stamping on this whatsoever. It's all things cut out of that Gnome Designer Series paper. I did use a couple punches to make the sky right here. So I have the like the sun up here with some clouds. This will also be a class that I'll be offering out to my customers as well. The frame I just got at Michael's. It's just a 8x8 shadow box. But I actually have some of those too for purchase if people need to get the frame. But isn't it adorable? And if you really wanted to, you could add a little sentiment in here that says, like, you could add the, you know, your kindness does not go unnoticed, or Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I chose to not put anything in here because to me, this doesn't really scream Christmas to me. This is kind of something that you could keep up if you wanted to all year round, but it would make a really cute gift to give somebody who loves gnomes. Okay, so before I get any further on my projects, I told you guys I was really excited about them. Let me talk to you a little bit about the product suite. Okay, so if you haven't seen the full product suite, you're gonna see all of it right here tonight. So the Storybook Gnome Suite Collection includes the stamp set, which is called the Kindest Gnome stamp set. And then it includes some coordinating dies that are just called the Gnome dies. Now I had to share something with you. If you or struggle with this sometimes, like I know I have. So Stampin' Up! Usually has always done the stamp set one name and then the dies something different. But starting with our new catalog in January, so yes, we have a new spring catalog that will be coming out not till like December. So any of you that have purchased from me in the last year, you will get one in the mail. But now they're going to be coming out with the stamp set and the dies named the same. I am so excited. So if the stamp set's called Kindest Gnomes, the dies are going to be called Kindest Gnomes. So excited because I can't tell you how many times I have to go and grab my catalog and reference it because they changed the name up a little bit on us. So excited about that. Now there's also some designer series paper that coordinates with this suite, and I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. Other products are the balmy blue and white double stitched ribbon. So this is some really pretty ribbon. It's only on one side, but it's very pretty. And then you also have the fine sparkle adhesive backed gems. And these, Karen's liking it. Yes, so is Gail. I know, right? I am beyond stoked. They listen. We've been telling them that for years. So here are the sparkle adhesive backed gems. And these gems coordinate with the designer series paper, all the same colors in there. And then we also have some snowfall accent paint, which I'm going to show you how to use this, but it's also part of the full product suite. I did not use it on any of my cards because I didn't want it to have the mess in my classes, but I'm going to show you how it's used and show you how cool it can be, okay? And then the other product is in fact the designer series paper. And yes, in true Stampin' Up! Style, the dies that go with this, so the dies, I'm not going to pull them all out, but you can see you have a mushroom here and you have all these ones cut out the different gnomes. And yes, they will cut out the gnomes that are on this designer series paper. So let me show you the paper first, and so you can see all the different patterns here. So there's that one and that one. And this one I really like too. This one right here is really pretty. Let me pull these over so that you guys can see them as I'm bringing them out. And then you have this one. And that one is what I use to cut a bunch of those little, yes, I fussy cut a bunch of those little characters out to be able to add them to that framed art piece that I showed you. And then you have this one right here. Hello, Nancy. And then this one right here. So those are all of the different patterns. And then I'm going to flip it over and show you the opposite side. So the opposite side, you have some snowflake pattern right there, another snowflake pattern, some trees, and then you have these awesome mushrooms, which again, you have that die in here that will cut out the mushrooms. Love that. And I love this piece right here with snowflakes. And this is the one that I chose to use when I showcased the first project, which was the Hershey Nugget holder. That's the designer series paper that I used for that. Now I'll be using all of these different patterns though for his, like I probably won't use the mushroom, it'll be a little busy, but I'll use the opposite side of that. But I'll be using all of the different patterns of this paper for his little Hershey bar holder because they're all pretty and they're all cute, right? Okay. And so that is kind of the whole collection. Now the whole collection can be purchased for $80.50. It includes the stamp set, the dies, the ribbon, embellishments, the puff paint, and that designer series paper. But I'm going to tell you, if you're looking at getting this bundle, I would really encourage you to get a second pack of that paper because you'll just get more gnomes. I found myself, this is the only project that I created where I actually stamped and then we colored. A lot of my projects, I just cut out the gnomes right from the paper because it's already colored and it's already cute and it just is done for you. So anyway, so the next thing I'm going to do is share with you the puff paint and how you use the puff paint. So the puff paint you could use like around, if I wanted to use it around the gnome's hat or something like that. I just pulled out of my scrap bin a little piece of the a darker cardstock. This is the Rich Razzleberry, and you're going to want to make sure that you shake this up really good. Oh, there's my gnome person. There's Carol. All right, now this is going to come out kind of liquidy, but you're just going to kind of outline wherever you want with your puff paint, okay? And then you're going to need to use your heat tool. And so I do have my heat tool here, and I just need to get it turned on. And then all you're going to do is heat this up, and this paint turns to a puffy, and it will take a couple seconds here because of it has to warm up first. But this paint will turn to like a puffy, you'll see it kind of just go, whoop, it goes and it kind of gets puffy looking. There it goes. Can you see it a little bit? It takes a little bit of time, at least for the first one. Doo-doo-doo. And you are going to want to shake it, okay? You're going to want to make sure there we go. It just does take a little bit of time, and I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can see what it did. So it started out as a white liquid, right? And then you can just see how it kind of turned into that puffy paint. And it's, you know, not really warm to the touch, but you want to let it kind of finish getting cooled down. But it does give it that really nice little puffy look. Okay, so there's how you use the white puff paint. You do want to make sure that it's actually called the Snowfall Accent Puff Paint, but you want to make sure that you shake it up really, 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 really good. Okay. So like if I wanted to on this cute little project, I could easily have put that right around the gnome's hat, but I like how Claire has it colored here for her dad's project. So I'm just going to leave it like that. But that's kind of what this is designed for, is to go around. You could also add some to his beard if you wanted to and make his beard puffy. So you could experiment with that and have a lot of fun with that puff paint. Okay. So I showed you guys that project. We already talked about this awesome project here. Again, this will be a class that I'll be offering. This is my framed art class. And the next thing I want to share with you is my scrapbook layouts. So again, I told you guys I went crazy with the gnomes. I did. Now, I did not have a chance to post these scrapbook layouts yet. I did post my other one, but this is the layout. So I know some of you know that I also do a scrapbook club where you receive 2 layouts every single month. And this is one of the layouts that my club members are going to be receiving. I know they're kind of hard to bring in here and show you because they're big and they're 12 by 12, but this is the layouts that I've created. And you can see I just used the awesome paper to be able to put those layouts together. Nothing else other than paper. Used my layering circles to cut out the gnomes, cut out some of the mushrooms. I did actually use my dies to cut out the big mushrooms, but like I said, this is a layout that I'm going to be offering to my club members this month. Now, if you're not part of the club and you still want the layout, let me know. I'll be happy to hook you up with it. I have a way of doing that. All right, the last project I'm going to share with you before we get into those awesome cards. I told you guys I went crazy with the gnomes this year. And I actually have 2 card classes, but this is the first one. But I want to show you, I have not done anything with, like this in a while. Oops, and it's open. Make sure I close it. I used to create 6 by 8 albums on a very regular basis. And I haven't now for about a year or so. And so I wanted to share with you that this awesome class that I'm going to be offering. This is a 6 by 8 album, and you'd be able to decorate the front in any way you want. You could add some gnomes to it, which I'll probably do later. But this is a 24 page, so it's 12 pages front and back. All you have to do is stick in your pages or your pictures. So it's designed for a 4 by 6 picture, or you could offset it a little bit and let some of these awesome layers show. But this is the gnome album that I have created. using, again, all of the designer series paper. I know this is an awesome class. So what I'll be doing with this, it will be a class that you'll be able to purchase. It will include all of the paper cut, all of the circles cut, absolutely no stamping in this one, so it's an easy class for you to put together. I will have a tutorial that has all of the pages there. How we package this, though, is I've developed a new way of packaging this, because that was one of my biggest downfalls with my albums, is people were struggling with the pages. But you're also going to be getting the page protectors. Now, these are not a Stampin' Up! Product. I get them through, I use Becky Higgins' Project Life 6x8 pages, because Stampin' Up! Does not sell them. But what I do is I put all the supplies for the front and the back of the page inside the sheet protector, and that's how you get them. So I found a new way of packaging this, but it includes all of the product for you to be able to put this together. You can put 4x4 pictures, 4x6, but it's a great project. Like if you, or a great gift if you wanted to just, like, you had a Christmas event that you went to and you wanted to scrapbook it or something like that. So this, again, was a lot of fun to create. I put it together in about 2 hours. Lots and lots of fun. So you'll be seeing that popping through as a class just in time for all your gift giving needs. So with that, are we ready to start some cards? I told you guys I had a lot to share with you. All right, so the first card that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is, let me find it here. I may have the wrong cards in front of me. Let me see. Let me grab them here. I gotta find them. I think I may have grabbed the wrong kit for my other set of cards because I have 2 sets of cards. So bear with me here. Yep, that's what I did. Okay, so you're gonna see the second set later. Thank you, Luann. You're gonna be seeing different cards than what you saw in the sneak peeks, guys. Sorry. But they're right here. I just grabbed the wrong ones. Okay, this is the first card that you're going to be seeing. Woohoo, right? Okay, so with this card right here, this uses the diorama dies that are in our annual catalog, okay? And so what I did on that is I started with a piece of basic white cardstock. So this is just the 5 1/4 or 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half. And then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4, and I did use the snowflake embossing folder to emboss on top of this. And you can see I used that diorama die to cut that out. And then all I did was put some of that blue paper behind it. Okay, so let me make sure I get this the right way. There we go. So we're gonna start by putting a little bit of adhesive on this and gonna adhere that blue. So you guys all these cards are not going to look familiar to you because you guys didn't get to see these on sneak peek. Yay, I'm kind of glad about it. So I just cut a piece of paper, and it doesn't have to look pretty behind there because no one's going to see it. And then I did dimensional this onto my card base, okay? So I'm going to take out some dimensionals, and again, it's a cricket on the back, but no one's going to see it. So I'm going to dimensional these. But isn't that a neat way to make that little, like it's got water behind it? I love it. I love that die. And I think it's the first time I've actually used that die, to be honest. Okay, so this is just going to go on here like this, and you're going to have a little bit of a border all the way around. All right, and then now you're going to have different gnomes that I'm going to be using on these cards because you get so many different gnomes that I didn't want to have to just limit myself to using the ones I use on my sample. So we're going to put a gnome on here. Here's that awesome mushroom that I showed you. Their dies cut these out right from the designer series paper. We are going to dimensional those on there as well. So these are going to go on here like that. So this is why I encourage you to get at least 2 packs of this paper, because if you really want to use the opposite side, like of this one, you need the 2 pieces for all your little gnomes if you want to cut them out. So I actually bought tons of this paper because I'm doing a project with my every year for my team Christmas party. We do a project, and I'm doing a project with the gnome stuff for them this year as well. So excited about that. Then I used, these are the Stylish Shapes dies, I do believe, and I stamped the Warm Wishes onto a balmy blue piece of cardstock. And all I'm going to do is cut this one end off. And this I just glued directly down onto my card. I did not use dimensionals for this. So I'm just going to glue that down. And then we have this awesome ribbon, right? This is that really pretty ribbon. It is a heavy ribbon. And because it's only got the blue on the one side, when you do pull this, you want to make sure that you twist it so that you have the blue showing on both sides of it, okay? And then I'm just going to trim off the tails on this. Maybe I got that one a little short. Let me get that one put down a little bit more. And then we're going to glue dot this with a glue dot onto this part right here. And voila! Gorgeous! Oh, last but not least, I topped it off with some of these awesome gems. And these gems can be used for so many other things as well. So you wouldn't have to use them just for the gnomes, but I'm going to add a couple of these gems sporadically. I think I added 3 of them to my card. It just kind of makes it pop a little bit. But there is our card number 1. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so there's first card. Next card, let me see here. What have I got? Oh, it's this one right here. And I still have them all in my plastic, so I have to pull them out for you as we go. All right, this one right here. I love this one. Well, I love them all. Okay, and you can tell literally there's not a whole lot of stamping on these cards. Right here's a little bit of stamping, and that is it. So for this one, I used the Balmy Blue for my card base. Balmy Blue, if you're looking at wondering what kind of colors of cardstock that you might want to get with this to be able to create, I can tell you I used a lot of Balmy Blue, a lot of Pool Party, and I used some of the soft suede. Those were some of the colors that I used the most. So for this, I have a layer of 5 by 3 3/4 piece of the Calypso Coral. And then you're gonna have some little scraps from your paper that I put on here. So I have one that is 1 inch, maybe that's 3/4 of an inch, by 4 3/4. And then I don't have all these measurements memorized, but I will have a tutorial available with all of these measurements. And then those 3 just get glued down onto the paper. So I'm going to adhere this one down first. See, that's one of my favorites, but it's the back of the gnomes. So that is why I'm like, I need more than 1 pack of that paper. Okay. And then we're going to adhere this down up here like this. And then the last one will go down there on the bottom. And you can see it's just a scrap of the exact same one here. And that's just going to go down here like that. Okay, and then, let me move that out of the way for right now. I added some of that ribbon, that awesome ribbon. So, oh, aren't gnomes so fun? So fun. Oh, and Marilyn, you like my sketch? Yes, my sketch card was also a gnome. I think you guys thought I was going to forget about the gnomes, and now I'm bringing them out in full force. You're seeing everything. Because I know I had a couple say, are you doing anything with the gnomes this year? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So when I had everything out for this, I just kept designing. It was kind of crazy. Okay, so then this is just going to go right across here like that. Hello to Susie and welcome. And Marilyn, I saw you pop on here as well. Gnomes are so fun. All right, since I have a little bit of adhesive on that, I am going to go ahead, now that I have that ribbon wrapped around, I am going to go ahead and adhere this down to my card base. So that way I don't get ink or glue everywhere. And then I use the Stylish Shapes and I cut out a circle using Calypso Coral, okay? And that just kind of went on here with some dimensionals. And then I just took one of my gnomes and adhered it down to the circle. And the neat thing is you can use any gnome that you would like. So I will tell you, if any of you purchase my class, you may not get the exact gnome that's showcased on the card because they're all going to match. They all kind of go together with it. It's just really hard to be able to make sure you have the same ones for everything, and they all work. So here's another little gnome, and I'm just going to put her down with some dimensionals as well. And right in the center here, and then I did tie a little knot on there with that ribbon. So let me cut a piece of ribbon. And it's just gonna go underneath here, wrapped around. Again, I wanna make sure I twist this so that I have the blue showing. That's the secret to this. It's just twisting it like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this at an angle. And the reason why I had to twist it is because the ribbon is not on the other side the same striped, okay? And that's maybe a little long. Let me cut that down just a little bit more. There we go. Like that. Okay. And then we have our sentiment there that says, your kindness does not go unnoticed. I'm going to actually move. The neat thing with putting the ribbon on the way I do is I can move it around. So I'm going to move this knot up a little bit. So that way I have room for my, my little greeting, my little sentiment right here to go, your kindness does not go unnoticed. That's going to go on with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put one here and one there. Like I said, this was such a fun product to work with. Trying to see if I can do anything else with it, actually. All right, final thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna top it off again with those awesome gems. So I'm just going to, you can see how the, not using the, using colors other than the Calypso Coral is making this really pop. So there we go. Isn't that cute? I know, I love it too. Okay. The next card I'm going to share with you is this one right here. So again, a little bit of a different color scheme for this one, right? Just a little bit here. So for this one, I chose to use the Pool Party. And the Pool Party, I know, that cute. Pool Party is my card base. And I used some of that Pale Papaya. And the Pale Papaya, again, we ran it through with the Snowflake embossing folder. Now that is a mini folder, so you do have to have a little bit of a smaller piece of cardstock, or if you're running it through with a big layer, you'll have a little bit on the ends that aren't really all that, that visible. So with this right here, what I did is I'm just going to adhere this down to my card. Oops, there we go. Like that. So the top one's going to go up here. Now I did put some ribbon around there, but I got a little bit creative in how I did that. So this one's going to go down here. So we're just going to adhere that one down like that. It's going to have a little bit of an overlap. I cut them a little bit bigger on purpose. And now on mine, I did take the time to kind of pick this up a little bit and go around it. But I'm going to show you guys a hack, okay? So my hack on this one is just to go all the way to the end. So Alice, this paper doesn't have to necessarily be Christmas. It can be winter. It does look kind of winter themed because it's got the Christmas trees and it's got the snowflakes and things like that. But no, this whole product suite can really be used all winter long if you wanted it to. And the sentiments, if you look at the stamp set here, there's only one that has anything to do with Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You have warm wishes. Your kindness does not go unnoticed. You know me so well. So you could really use this product suite all winter, which is, again, what I like about it, because it doesn't just have to be used at Christmas time, okay? But I do think that the snowflakes do kind of make it limited a little bit more to being something that you would use in the winter months, okay? So for this one, I'm just going to go to the ends and I'm going to snip it, and no one's going to really be able to tell that you didn't go all the way around. So that is another little hack that you can do if you don't want to wrap that around, okay? And then I just have a couple little gnomes here that I put on. So I made it look like it's like a grandpa gnome or a dad gnome and a little girl gnome. Here you're going to have two different ones again. Oh, that one is kind of the same design. And we are going to just adhere these down with some dimensionals. So all of these were cut with those dies. So that's, again, what makes this so awesome, is that You don't have to color. Now, if you like to color, then you can stamp away and color them with your blends, just like my daughter did on that project that she did for my husband for her dad. So kind of cool how you can kind of mix and match that any way that you would like to. So I'm just going to put my two little gnomes on here together. They're just hanging out here. I did make a bow. Hello, Cindy, and welcome. Oh, you were outside. Yeah, chilly night for a game. Woo, yes. You are a godsend there for doing that. But you do what you got to do, right? I know that feeling. And so for this, the same way, you got to kind of twist this if you want the blue to show. I left the white in the middle. Can you see right there that the white is in the middle? And then I'm just kind of twisting this. It does twist really well, and you can manipulate it to get it to do what you want. You just got to play with it just a little bit more, okay? And hello to Joanne. Welcome. And then I'm just going to cut off my little tails here on this. And then this is going to get adhered with a couple of dimensionals or glue dots onto my card. So I'm just going to put a couple glue dots here. Ta-da, and ta-da, there we go. And that's going to go on here. And then this one just says warm wishes. So again, using those same dies that I mentioned earlier. Put a couple of dimensionals on the back of that. And I think I'll have room, time to maybe do, oh, I gotta do this next one at least to kind of show you how cool some of the dies are that I haven't talked about yet. Okay, so then again, bringing in those little fine little gem things, we're going to, and here's where you can kind of mix and match, use different colors that you might want to use on it. Added some of those to it, and there you have. Cute. All right. My next card, I'm going to leave the last one in case I don't have time to get to it, but I definitely want to showcase this one right here, because this is also some dies that you can use to create and make your own gnome. Now on my sample here, I did use some white glimmer paper. That's part of the Sweetest Christmas bundle. I did not have any more of that, so I just used white. But this is the die that makes the beard. So you can actually piecemeal and make your own cute little gnome. Look how cute this is. And it even has lines right here, so you can tell where you need to put the hat. And then it even has a little die for you to add the nose. So much fun. So, isn't that cool? So I'm going to add some adhesive to this a little bit to kind of adhere. I want to at least show you how to make the gnome. Again, these are all dies from the die bundle. And then the little nose will fit right on top of there, okay? So I'm going to use a glue dot for that. Now this is where you could use the puff paint as well if you really wanted to. And I just may attempt it, maybe, if I get that far. But that would be cute. And you can kind of see down here, there's a line to know where to put the nose so that you can kind of line up the nose. That's the neat thing. It's so cool. And then last but not least, the cute little feet. With the little feet on him. And you just adhere the heat to the bottom of it. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive along the back or the bottom there. And this is just going to go on here like so. But look at that cute little gnome. Isn't that cool? Now, what I did on this card is I used well, let's whip it together real quick. I'll have time to do this one, looking at my clock. So I used, for this one, I used, yeah, that color, Early Espresso. And then I used a piece of the Designer Series paper for the background, okay? And I did wrap some ribbon around that. So we're going to wrap a little bit of ribbon around here. So I'm just going to cut the ribbon. And, whoops, and then I throw the, okay, so I'm just going to put this on here right along the center. So cute. So yeah, so you can make your own gnome too if you really want to. If you don't want to just use the paper or use the stamp set, you can, those die pieces are in there to make your own. So this is just going to get adhered down to my card here like that. And then I have a piece, this is just of the balmy blue that I cut at a triangle or at a square, and I'm putting it on here to make it look kind of like a diamond, okay? So that I put on with some dimensionals. I did add one of those wonderful snowflakes behind it. I'm sure you guys can see that little snowflake right here. I've used those a couple weeks ago on my snowflake vellum cards because I really, really, really like those snowflakes. I'll tell you why I like them so much. I like them so much because you don't have to cut them out with your machine. They're already cut out for you. So I can just stick one underneath here if I want to, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive down here to the center of that. And then this is just going to get adhered in here like this. Ta-da! Like that. And then my gnome will go on here like this. And then my Merry Christmas and Happy New Year will go down here in the bottom. But how about we add some puff paint to him? What do you guys think? Should I try it? So you can see here on his beard that you have some of the little, I'm gonna move that right out of the way. The little, what's it want to call? The embossed lines from the die cut. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this to a couple of these. Follow those lines. Yeah, but I'm really quiet while I'm doing this. Oops, that one I didn't get any on. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. I got some of that puff paint on there. And we're gonna give it a shot and see here. I should be using my little tweezers from my embellishment kit, but I didn't plan on doing this. It just kind of came to my mind as we were talking about it and making this little, making him here. So let's see here. It does take a little bit of time, so don't fret if it's not changing as fast as you want it to. Although his hat's coming off on me. All right, there we go. Ta-da, and it's changing. And I will pick it up here in just a minute so you guys can see it. Okay. So I improvised because it was getting hot. All right, and I am going to adjust his hat a little because it moved on me. But there you go. Can you guys see that cool puff paint? Isn't that awesome? So that's kind of what you can use the puff paint for when you make your own little gnome. And it's kind of warm, but it's very puffy. And even if I push it down, it pops right back up. Isn't that awesome? So let's adhere him down to my card here with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to put one there, one on his butt. Take those off. And so we created our own little beard using that awesome puff paint. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. I'm going to put mine right on the top, even though I had the other one underneath here. I'm going to put mine on the top right here, using some dimensionals again. And then my last card, I'm just going to share with you and show you it because I'm starting to run out of time. I like to let you all go by 8 o'clock so that you can go back to your time with your family or your TV or whatever it is you might like to do on your evenings. But there, we improvised. What does you guys think? Isn't that cute? Okay, so my last card that I did not get to, but it's a very simple card, so you'll all be able to kind of follow it along here. It's similar to the diorama ones where I did a circle and put some of this really pretty paper behind there. So this is the paper that I used. It looks like a winter scene, and then added on, so no gnome on this one, but this one would have gnomes right here. This one I used some of the gnome with the moose right there. And then you have the big mushroom house. You know me so well. So with that, let me bring in all of my projects. Again, if you are interested in placing an order, you will receive 3 of the projects that I showcased for you tonight. You'll get 3 cards, and I'll even throw in the cute little candy bar holder. And who knows, you might even get a candy bar. All right, so these are the cards that we showcased tonight. I know I showcased a ton of stuff with you. I'm just going to kind of pop it all back in here for any of you that watched late and are going to go back in and watch the replay. We had this cute little candy bar holder that my husband is going to be using for his prize or his business to give to his clients and his customers. Oh, look at all the love you guys are showing me. I had the cute little gnome album that I showcased. So this will be a class. It's 24 pages, 12 pages, and you get front and back. So it's a total of 24 pages for you to be able to put together, give us a cute little gift. And then we had this adorable little gnome 3D project that I have right here. Look at you guys. I know I told you I went overboard on projects to share with you guys tonight. And this, again, no stamping. This is just cutting. There is some fussy cutting, okay? So these are some punches, and there is some fussy cutting that I had to do on that, but so worth it. And then the final thing was my 12 by 12 scrapbook album that I created. But I had to at least show everything because I had so much fun with the gnomes. And they were just a fun product to work with. So anyway, again, here's my host code and my website if any of you are interested in placing an online order with me. Next week, I'm going to actually be taking it back to, I think, something not Christmas related and not fall related, doing a generic class with some product from our annual catalog. Because I'd like to kind of mix it up a little bit, right? I don't want to just show you guys all the time things that are Christmas or fall. But anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed my Facebook Live tonight. I know some of you are watching. I'll be seeing you on Saturday. I cannot wait to see you, spend the day with you, have fun creating and crafting. And if not, I will look forward to seeing all of you back here next Thursday for our next Touch Base Facebook Live. Bye, everyone.